Anime Rising, a game that was until about 15 minutes ago, completely unknown to me. And for those people that are like me and didn't know what the game was and are interested in knowing what it is, I'm here to help you. Welcome up. My name's Mari. Nice to meet you. Shake my hand. There you go. There you go. Now, from what I can tell, Anime Rising is a very unique game. And when I say unique, I mean that because I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Now, looking in the trailer, we can see a lot of things, but within the first 10 seconds, we see a couple of maps that look very well built. Good job to whoever did that. As well as your usual teleporter, so I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat similar to Anime Fighters and Anime Champion Simulator. But it isn't until we get to about a minute in the video. Here, we see something strange. And yes, when I mean strange, I mean the Infinity Castle and the lobby. Yes, that's what I mean. Now, whether this is a lobby for the game or a lobby for an event, that's up to debate. However, we can see a couple of things. As I said, we have the Infinity Castle, so we know that there is going to be a Infinity Castle kind of infinite mode, as well as a potential floor plan for other events and things of that nature. But we also get to see clips of not only the Infinity Castle, but units. So we have a unit called Duskbane, which for all my soul leveling people, that's literally Igris. Let's keep it going. Come on. We have a character called Aura Farmer, which I'm going to assume is Sung Jinu. And we also have a noob, which we don't really care about. Next, we also can see that Luffy Gear 5 is a boss. And I'm going to tell you why that was important for me to notice immediately later. Now, skipping on from that for a second, we get back to the lobby area that I was talking about, and we get to see some other mechanics, dungeons, and machines, which could either be capsules to get units, summoning things. The dungeons could be a way to possibly also get units, but also get materials to make your units better. So far, we have a bunch of different avenues that will allow the game to flourish and just be a little bit more unique than our regular anime fighter simulators. Now, I know you all just saw that. We have a boss here. It's called the Monarch City boss. Clearly, whether it's through the actual map in the story mode or a dungeon or whatever, we get to face off against a legitimate boss, no other units, but just a boss with other people. Now, this isn't unknown to anime fighter type games, as we do have raid bosses and things of that nature. But if you keep going, you can also see that we can obtain this boss through a capsule or something after defeating it, which gives me hope that we can also do the same to other characters, maybe like that Gear 5 Luffy, maybe not in that mode, but in a different one. Also, I would like to note that he has some pretty cool characters. Broly's right there, and that's really all I care about. So Broly's right, Broly, guys, Broly's right there. He's right there. And then as we get further into the trailer, we get to see a really. All right, y'all said that's enough. Really, my fault. I'll stop. My bad. But we get to see a really dope animation trailer for Whitebeard, and it looks sick. He literally throws Luffy in the air using his fruit powers and Bicento. Like, guys, come on. And if you thought that was cool, we get to see a literally crazy animation of Broly bursting through lava and rocks. Like, dang, what? And this is why I say I was only excited for Broly. And it even has the music. Like, come on. Now, this trailer showed us a lot of the crazy and amazing visuals that this game is going to have to offer. But there's one thing that wasn't shown in the video that I do want to touch on, and it's the factions and elements. Now, here it says in Anime Rising, each unit will have their own punch multiplier, attack speed, skill multiplier, and school cooldown, as well as their own faction and class. This is so that your units will be able to fill certain roles and excel at specific content and be meta relevant for longer periods of time. Classes will also be able to roll unique quirks that change how a unit is played. And via the picture right here, attacking with a faction advantage, meaning you're better than the opponent's faction, gives you a 1.3 times damage boost. Now, I don't know if you guys know math, but 0.3 times is a lot. Let me put you in perspective.
Bro, are you really about to do math with these guys?
Yes. Now, let me put it into perspective. If you have 1,000 damage, 0.3 is going to make you do an extra 300. That's a lot. Because as you scale up, 0.3 can be upwards of tens of hundreds of even millions of damage. However, on the other side, though, attacking with a faction disadvantage only lets you hit for 0.77 times damage. If you have 1,000 damage, you're only going to be hitting for 770. Keep in mind, a disadvantage versus an advantage, you're almost doing double damage. That's kind of crazy if you think. So we have the factions listed here as well, though. You know, let's take a look at these. We have fire. I'm assuming ice, blizzard, depending on what you want to call it. Nature, you know, got that green. And then we also have, I'm assuming, water. No, your basic types with ice thrown in there. And then we have, I'm assuming, heavenly, demon, angel, demon, something like that. Which counter each other. That makes sense. You know, the real world type, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. So, I'm excited to see what unit has what faction and element, and also how we're going to be able to use that to our advantage to do more damage and to progress faster in the game. Now, the last thing I want to say before the video ends, we do have note that there will be no game passes. But before all my free-to-play players get to thinking that's going to mean there's no pay to win, please do remember that there will be in-game transactions for multiple different things that you can get to probably try to help progress yourself. There will also be a battle pass, and you know with that battle pass, that means there's a good free tier and an even better premium tier. The premium tier is going to essentially make it easier to move forward in the game. And you also must remember that there is early access going on June 13th, which by the time you're seeing this video, it will have already been on, and early access is still going on, or early access will have finished because the game is about to release or released. So with that being said, do please keep that in mind. And while you keep that in mind, go ahead and keep this in mind too. You should definitely like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. One Take Mari, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be rocking with me somehow. You stuck it to the end of the video, man. You made it to the end. You're here. So if you enjoyed, I got another video right here or here, somewhere, that you can watch, as well as a subscription button here or here on the other side that you can use to subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment. Comment what you're most excited for in Anime Rising. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. I hope to see you guys in game. And I'll see you later. Bye.